Good morning, Gamergate. It is 12:07 p.m. on the 5th of March 2015. Do you know where your DLC codes are? So, the fallout from the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco continues. Tim Schafer is being ripped apart on social media, as he very much deserves to be for his comments last night. However, others don't share Twitter's zeal with which the falsehood spouted uh, are torn down. VentureBeat published an article by Dean Takahashi about the head of Capybara Games, Nathan Vella, getting a standing ovation last night, at the close of the Independent Games Festival, which is the award show for indie games at the GDC. Do you want to know how he did that? Well, folks, he did so by denouncing an internet hatred. And as you can all guess, that means Gamergate. I'd like to quote this article by Mr. Takahashi for you all right now. The inspiring comments from the head of Capybara Games, an indie games developer, highlighted a terrible 7 months for the industry under the shadow of Gamergate, a Twitter movement that started with a spat between lovers, morphed into a movement about games journalism ethics, and then led to the internet harassment of many of the game industry's outspoken female developers. Okay. So, let's go through this. A terrible 7 months for the game industry under the shadow of Gamergate. Well, to be fair, I suppose you could call it terrible, in that numerous corruptions and ethical conflicts of ethics were brought to light. I suppose you could call that terrible. I mean, it definitely affects people's pocketbooks at the end of the day. So I can see why they'd be a little upset about that. I mean, nobody likes their dirty laundry getting aired in public. So, a Twitter movement that started with a spat between lovers. You know, it really didn't start with the whole Zoe Quinn, I forget her ex-boyfriend's name right now. It started plain and simple with the fact that it was attempted, a cover-up was attempted. This is fact and recorded. Several thousand comments from Reddit were erased without any plausible reasoning behind this. They were not hateful. They were asking, hey, what's going on with this? And in the past 7 months, we've seen that censorship and denial is a favored tactic by those who stand against Gamergate. It really is ridiculous. It was not the fact. We don't care. We don't care what Zoe Quinn does in her personal life. We don't. What we care about is the health of the games industry and the fact that the press has the inability to keep themselves impartial when it comes to developer friends. You know, they cross a line between professionalism and friendship, and that's where the issue really lies. Now this next part, it morphed into a movement about games journalism ethics. Now Now I like that. They actually admit. This Dean Takahashi admits that it well, he admits that yes, it is about games journalism ethics, and then he goes right into it leading to the internet harassment of many of the game industry's outspoken female developers. You know, okay, let's take that at face value. And then it led to the internet harassment of many of the game industry's outspoken female developers. Okay, well, let's start with Miss Sarkeesian, which is one of the people I'm certain he is referencing. She is not a game developer. She, according to her own words, is a I think it was a game culture critic. Well, at any rate, she certainly isn't a developer. And people are critiquing her, and that's not harassment. They are using facts to poke holes in her arguments, of which there are many. Now, Zoe Quinn, I don't know what she's done recently, nor do I really care to know. Is she a woman who is a developer? Yes, but again, it's criticism. It's not harassment. People, learn what this is about here. Okay, Gamergate actively polices harassment. We do not condone it. It's ridiculous. All we want is to discuss ethics in gaming. That's it. And Brianna Wu, well, I'm not sure what she's developing either. Actually, she's developing a victim mode for her Patreon, as they all are. But aside from that, I haven't heard anything lately. But moving on. Mr. Takahashi goes on to continue to quote Nathan Vella. He says, just as this year has exposed all that ugliness, it has also exposed a new generation of creators and activists who are fighting for video games and video game culture. Right, well, it's true. They're called fucking Gamergate. Not quite sure what to say there. They are fighting for us, the independent games community. Yes, we are. I don't think they want our gratitude at all. No, we just want good games, man. We want good games, and we want our press to be as unbiased as humanly possible. Is that so hard? I think they need our support, he goes on to say. Yes, Nathan, that's very true. Thankfully, we have people like Mark Kern. I'm sorry, Mark, again if I mispronounce your name for some reason. Mark Kern, people like Turtle Biscuit, and many other outspoken people who are tired of this BS. And that's really what it is, BS from the games press industry. It's really ridiculous. He continues. I think they need us as a community to show a new way to engage with each other and play. Not really. Just make good games, guys. Come on. I mean, that's all we're really looking for. That's all we want. We want good games. We want transparency in our press. You know, if you make, like Field of Dreams said, if you build it, they will come. And that's very true. If you build a good game, people will people will go in droves to get it. Look at fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a very simple concept, but it is hyped through the roof. You know, that's all we want. Really, that is all we want. Um, One moment. All right. Nathan then added, "So let's fight back against hate the way we know how. Best way we know how. Through our games, our teams, and through our collaborations." Well, that's kind of what got you into this mess in the first place, there, Nathan. Not you specifically, but others. I mean, come on, be careful. Let's make sure our games aren't embodying any stereotypes or caricatures. You know, the history of fiction is all about certain tales and, certain cliches. You know, the damsel in distress being a popular one. It works. I have nothing against strong female characters. Um, you know, Seamus Aran, uh, Tess and Ellie from The Last of Us, Bayonetta from Bayonetta 1 and 2, Lara Croft from her last game. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, people. Gamers love strong characters. And to try and avoid what works, it just creates new hassle for the developers. That's all it does. Anyway, okay. He continues, "Let's make sure as a community we are supportive of each other and we are welcoming as possible of any and all voices." I'm assuming he means accept those we disagree with. But hey, I could be wrong. I mean, 7 months of hatred and bile from certain individuals, may prove me right, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see, right? Uh, to me, this gets to the core of what it's about to be an independent developer. We don't have any stock prices to fight over. That's true, and that's a good thing. Independent devs don't owe anyone anything beyond just a good game. And if it's good, they'll get supported. Straight up. We don't have any entrenched political dogmas. Well, Nathan, that's becoming arguable, my friend. It's becoming very arguable. Yeah, you got a little social justice in your teeth there, man. You might want to pick it out, you know what I mean? Be careful, devs, be careful. These people are worming their way into positions they really shouldn't be in. You know, watch yourselves. We own our art. Agreed. It's a good thing. This gives us a real opportunity to be the change that we all want to see in this industry. And I think we can all change for the better together. Well, people are trying to be that change that we all want to see in the industry. And together, we're doing it. It's just people have labeled us a hate group. And we are not that. Of all things, we are not that. Look into the research, people. Don't trust mainstream media. Go look. The answers are there. Mr. Takahashi finishes up his article by saying, "Tim Schafer, the head of Double Fine Productions and head of the GDC Awards, which followed the IGF, took a different approach. He belittled the Gamergate movement using jokes from a sock puppet. Classy. And, of course, the following 3 words are so fucking mind-blowing, it's pathetic. Mr. Takahashi ends his article by saying amen to that. Amen to fucking that. I have no words. So you're saying that a speech against hate speech being headed by a host that uses hate speech, albeit from a sock puppet, is a good thing? Man, come on, man. Where's your mind at? Hate speech is hate speech, no matter who it comes from. You know, does my disability give me carte blanche to just start ripping into people? Fuck no. In fact, if I did, I would have fully expect to get punched in the face like anybody else would, you know? So all in all, this article is ridiculous. It spouts half truths, and you know it's showing the wrong people in a positive light. I'll leave a link in the description of the of this video if anyone wants to go and look at this thing. But you know, I pretty much, to be frank, quoted it word for word. But feel free to go and leave Mr. Takahashi your opinions. I'm sure he'd love that. Unless he's disabled comments on his post here. Well, we'll find out, won't we? As always, this is D-Pad Disabled here, bringing you the latest news in the video game on the video game front. Have a great day, guys, and keep up the good fight. Later.